Hello everyone, welcome aboard this flight. Today we're back doing the world tour. So today we're back in Bergen, like we did last time when we flew from Stockholm to Bergen. So today we're back in Bergen and we're going to fly to Helsinki today in the Widerøe -8 Q400, as you can see. So everything's loaded up, pre-flight checks are done, so we'll get going. So that's fine. What we can do is we'll just turn on that just now, just to make sure. In fact, no, what we'll do is we'll keep it off just now, and then when we want to, we can turn it on. There you go. Okay, so we'll ask for clearance.
Land ground 942, IFR to Helsinki, ready to copy. 942 is cleared to Helsinki Airport as filed. Fly runway heading, climb and maintain.
So what we'll do is I'll put the starter ignition into position and we'll start engine 2 first, and all we need to do is click that. This will be the third time I've flown the -8, and it'll be the first time that you guys have seen this on the stream. Yesterday I flew from Newquay to Aberdeen, and then I flew from Aberdeen down to London City, as you may have seen the landing I put up on YouTube in London City. So it says that it's started. Return. No, right, cancel the GPU. There you go. We'll do the welcome announcement.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of our airline, we would like to welcome you.
Wait till the GPU's gone, which it is.
Q400. The flight time today will be approximately 2 hours. Would you please fasten your seatbelt?
Funnily enough, that's quite correct, actually. That's quite correct, actually. It is about 2 hours.
For takeoff and landing, these devices must be switched off and be used during the entire flight. We wish you a pleasant stay on board.
That's good.
Pushing back now, you're clear to start the engine number 2.
Okay, so we'll start engine number 2 when we start pushing, which we are. So we'll click this. There we go, the engine's powering up. There we go.
Via taxiway Alpha 5 Yankee Delta. Taxiing to 832 using taxiway Alpha 5 Yankee Delta. Scandinavian 255.
There we go, stop pushback. Perfect. So the flight is about, because this is a turboprop aircraft, it is going to be slower than a jet aircraft. So we will be taking a little bit longer. There we go, the engine's powering up a bit more. Start number 1 now. As you can see, engine 1 is starting. But the -8, it is a very fragile aircraft. If you move the yoke at least a little bit, the aircraft will turn really quickly. So it is a highly temperamental aircraft. Go back in here and we'll pull this back up to maximum. As you can see, they've sorted themselves out. Perfect. Back in here. Do a flaps 10 departure today. Because if you do any more than that, the aircraft climbs like a rocket. So let's taxi. Turn on the taxi lights. We've got 74 people coming with us to Helsinki today.
Contact tower on 119.1 when ready.
Oops, what's happening? Oh, there we go.
Short runway 17. Via taxiway Whiskey Charlie Yankee Alpha 1942.
The dash 8, as you can see, it does have, when the parking brake's off, it does have it does like to drift backwards sometimes. Oops, I need to flick this on. Oh no, it's already on. I'm clicking the wrong button. There's another Dash 8. So far, I've loved the Dash 8. It's a brilliant aircraft. Zoom out a little bit. There's also a Fokker 100 flying off to Zurich over there, so as you can see, there it is. So we might have a little wait, but not too long, maybe just about 2-3 minutes, not long. But as you can see, we do have nice Bergen scenery, and funnily enough, we're quite lucky today. This is a lucky flight. We have scenery for Bergen and we have nice scenery for Helsinki as well. So I do use freeware scenery because I just don't have the money to use payware scenery. It's too expensive. Some of the airports I have are payware, like San Francisco and Los Angeles, because they're beautiful. I also have payware scenery for Inverness. I have the Sim 720 Inverness. I'll take a screenshot. There you go. It's a beautiful, beautiful plane. What we'll do is, because there's no aircraft, we'll just change to the tower frequency right now. Dash 8 is just a brilliant aircraft. But I've lost the Helvetic 737 Fokker 100. I've lost it. I can't see it. It's gone behind the trees, I think. Bergen is now getting quite a lot of traffic. Air France are going to start flying. Oops. To and from Bergen in October, I think. Yeah, there's the Helvetic 7. Why do I keep saying that? Fokker 100, or the F100. There we go. Nice with you. Go. For small turns, normally I just use
on taxiway.
Fast.
Last left tower 2579, ready to go. Runway 17, IFR to Zurich.
Yeah, he's off to Zurich.
Niner cleared for takeoff. Runway 17. Cleared for takeoff.
I wonder if this thing has a safety. Oh, it does. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, may we have your attention to the international safety
You may not be able to hear it very well, but it's just the safety video.
Two at the wings and two at the back. They are marked with the exit sign.
We're shortly ready to go for our 584 nautical mile trip to Helsinki. After this isn't the only flight. Today as well we will be flying the Thomson, or the TUI, but I can't get the TUI livery. We'll be flying the TUI 757 from Aberdeen to Dalaman, and that was requested by a very kind subscriber who I spoke to last night, so he wanted me to do that flight, so we're going to do that flight as well. Let's do a slight turn here. What we may start doing as well is, for the tour, we may not do one leg, we may do two, because the leg after Helsinki is an Air Baltic Dash 8 as well, surprisingly. from Helsinki to Riga. So what we may do is we'll do this route, and then we'll do Aberdeen to Dalaman, and then we may do Helsinki to Riga. Oh, taxi. So he started rolling, has he? Oh yeah, there he goes, he's off. He's Fokker 100.
Approaching 17.
I'm going to start flying in and out of Norway more frequently as well, especially now that I have the Widerøe -8, because that means we can now operate more routes in and out of Norway, because Widerøe is a big company in Norway, and they do short routes with short runways, which I like a lot. So they're one of my favourite. Right, so what I'll do is put on the brake. There we go. Right, so that's fine. Does the cabin crew got anything more to say? We can do the seats for departure.
Cabin crew, seats for departure, please.
There you go. Let's go. Off we go to Helsinki. Oh, we're going a little bit. Ooh, it's a bit windy. Rotate. It is, yeah, you can see we're doing that crosswind thing because the -8 is such a light aircraft that the wind can just completely take it.
942, contact flashlight
Yeah.
departure on 121.0. Going to 121.0.
Autopilot. Heading. I haven't worked out the navigation thing on this yet. There are some things that haven't worked out. So we'll go to hold and we'll go up to 2,000 feet a minute.
942, turn left heading 080, resume on navigation, climb and maintain 7,000. Turn left heading 080, resume on navigation, climb and maintain 7,000.
Take the final flaps in. And that's us off to Helsinki. I've changed the way I'm going to do things. There's Bergen. I've changed the way I'm going to do things. Normally we'd get to 10,000 feet and I would turn off the seatbelt and landing lights, and I'd go away and I'll speak to you more once we have Bergen. Once we're closer to Helsinki. But I've changed the way I'm going to do things. I'm going to climb to the cruise level and then I'll go away so you guys can see the nice scenery that we have, especially for Norway, because Norway is one of the most beautiful places in the world. So, with nice fjords and high mountains they have. So, cruise level today is flight level 200, so 20,000 feet. So, get on up there. We'll just ding the cabin crew, tell them they can get out the seats. There we go. And that's the clock been started. 2 minutes into the flight. We're on Project Fly today, so let's see if it can see us. Recently, Project Fly got updated today about 15 minutes ago. So there we are. Widerøe 942. It says our destination is Bergen when it's not. Our destination is Helsinki. But oh, it's found us. There we go. There we are. So, let's climb on up. love how this plane handles itself so well though, it's brilliant.
Niner 42, climb and maintain flight level 1, Niner 0. Climb and maintain flight level 1, Niner 0, Niner 42.
Okay. It's just beautiful though, look at that scenery. Orbex is working very well with us. Wow, look at that. Little river running up into the fjords and into the North Sea. It's beautiful. So we'll be flying directly, well, almost directly over Oslo on our way. We won't be flying directly over Stockholm, we'll be flying over the Baltic Sea, I believe. Let me just check this for a second. Is this the Baltic Sea? Yes, it is the Baltic Sea. Okay, so we'll be flying up over the rest of Norway, up over Sweden, over the Baltic Sea, down into Helsinki in Finland.
Niner 42, contact Bulldog Center on 118.55. 118.55, Niner 42.
There is a high baro setting today. Normally, it's in the region of about 2970 to 30, what is it, 3020, but it's much higher today. It's 3070 today.
Left heading 330, climb and maintain flight level 340, expect vectors, ILS, runway 17, approach, Niner 42.
3057 now.
Altimeter 3057, 1187, turn left heading 330, and maintain flight level 220.
Out their seats.
Niner 42, contact Nassau, departure on
It's telling us to go back to the
121.0.
departure.
Going to 121.0, Niner 42.
Interesting.
Nassau departure, Niner 42 is at 10,800, climbing flight level 1, Niner 0. Niner 42, Nassau departure, roger, altimeter.
So Fleshland is just Bergen Airport. Wow, look at that.
Contact Bulldog Center on 118.55.
Some hills in Norway, there's snow on them year round, which is quite incredible. Another route I'd like to do is you get short hop routes up in the north of Norway, like once we flew, you didn't see the full flight, I recorded the landing where we flew from Oslo, and I put the landing up on YouTube. We landed in Kirkenes, so that was a good flight, and the landing was pretty incredible.
121.0.
It's telling us to go back to the departure frequency. There it goes, telling us to speed.
Niner 42 is climbing through 13,100 for flight level 1, Niner 0. Niner 42.
See, it says our heading's incorrect, oh, which it is actually, because it's changed 3041. Not our heading, sorry, our altimeter, sorry. Wow, look at this. Incredible. It's pretty incredible though. Wow, look at this. Beautiful green scenery, yeah. Snow on the hills year round. Wow. So, up to 20,000 feet today for our cruise.
45, turn left heading 310. Turn left heading 310, 1745.
Getting on up there. Is there anything else we can switch off? Oh, what we will do though is we'll turn on props, because it'll start to get cold up here shortly, and then ice appears on the propellers. Wrong again. Well, we're going to 2992 in a minute anyway, so it should be okay. Because because once you get past 18,000 feet, the barometer, I believe it's called, the baro set, yeah, changes to 2992, which is standard. So I don't know what the... Wow, look at that. Beautiful. So we'll see how long it says we've got to fly for on Project Flight. It says an hour and 59 minutes. Jeez. Interesting. Landings in Stockholm. So we'll change to 2992 now. There we go. So that's us nearly at cruise, but look at that, wow.
Niner 42, climb and maintain flight level 200.
There we go. It's very quiet in Norway today.
Niner 42.
I don't know what the weather is in Helsinki though. Altitude now. There we go. So, that's us up at climb. Now what's it saying? Going. So heading just a little bit. There you go. So, that is us at climb now, so we'll throttle back a little bit. So, as I said, that's us at climb now, so what we'll do is I'll go away and we'll speak to you when I have more information as we are nearing Helsinki. So I'll speak to you then. Hello everyone, welcome back. That's us now on descent into Helsinki after 1 hour and 43 minutes. It did feel like a very, very long flight, to be brutally honest. It did actually, probably because it's a propeller aircraft and it does travel slower than a jet aircraft would. But we got there. So we're just descending down to 13,000 feet or flight level 130. See what? Yeah. We won't be, after this flight, we'll be flying in the Thomson 757 from Aberdeen to Dalaman, and then after that we'll be back in the Dash 8. We'll be flying from Helsinki down to Riga as our second part, we're going to do 2 flights for the world tour today. I've decided, whoops, I've done something wrong. I haven't been paying attention. Climb, because we're going too low. It's supposed to be at 13,000 feet, but we're not, we're below that. There we go.
500 above your assigned altitude.
500 above.
3000, altimeter 3049.
3049. Oops.
Descend and maintain 13,000, 942.
Okay. Okay, so, ooh, we're going a bit slow. Does that sometimes.
Turn right heading 120, descend and maintain 3000. Expect vectors
Down to 3000, we'll turn to 120. Oops.
Miles southwest, turn right heading 055, descend and maintain.
So we're not going to do the ILS as usual, we're going to do the visual. Because I like visual approaches, I don't like ILS approaches. Visual, 4 left.
Turn right heading 055, descend and maintain 15,000. 942, roger. 942, would like visual, runway 4, left approach.
Go.
942, you are 44 miles west, turn left heading 115, descend and maintain 3,000. Expect vectors, visual, runway 4, left approach. Turn left heading 115, descend and maintain 3,000. Expect vectors, visual, runway 4, left
Whoops.
approach. 942.
What's the... Whoops, I've just messed about 3049. Like that. Okay, I just messed about with that. Now, I'm hoping that this should sort out the...
942, turn left heading 085.
Okay, so
Turn
turn
left
to 0.
heading 085, 942.
Interesting. No, the speed doesn't work. Well, I found out how to get... No, I haven't. Speed. Oh no, we need the altitude on. God's sake. I know, I'm trying to get down quickly. But it's not working very well.
Turn right heading 015, descend and maintain 2,300, cleared ILS, runway 4, right approach, maintain 2,300 until established, tower on 118.6,
There we
Finnair
go.
132.
Perfect. So what I'll do now is I'll descend down to 3,000 feet and I'll speak to you when we get to Helsinki. Oh, before I go actually, I have checked the local weather down in Helsinki. Light winds from the northeast, varying between 6 and 10 knots, and the weather is 19 degrees, so it's not too bad. So, I'll speak to you later. Hello everyone, welcome back. That's us now on approach to Helsinki airport. Unfortunately, I've just had a quick check of the airport scenery, and when aircraft land, AI aircraft, they just turn them invisible. Which is just stupid.
942, secured 10 miles southwest, descend and maintain 2,200, cleared visual.
Yeah, see, as you can see, there is no aircraft on the ground. And if you take a quick check, it's just turned them all invisible, like there's an aircraft supposed to be in front of me, but it's just turned them all invisible. It's just stupid. And the runway's invisible as well, apparently. Let's go slow down. Off the autopilot, no, that doesn't matter. So, just coming up to 2 hours on the clock. No.
Helsinki Tower, 942, is 8 miles southwest, inbound visual, runway 4, left.
I don't even know if I'm coming on the right. Where's the... Here it is.
Order 3035. Make straight in, runway 4, left, 942.
Oops. What is this thing here? Is this the runway? Oops. We're dropping a bit low. There you go. Can't tell. I think this thing's... See if it tells us. TN runway 4. Well, that's handy. Well, 4 left is always the runway that's on the left, funnily enough, so... Yeah, this should be the correct runway. That wind I told you about, it is giving us a little bit of a shaker, and yeah, it's coming in at 9 knots now from the east. It's a little dip down a little bit because we are slightly high. I'd prefer to land on 4 right, so that means we're closer to the terminal. Yep, 2 hours exactly on the clock. Yeah, that wind is coming back on us now. What a beautiful plane the Dash 8 is to fly, it's just stunning. But after this, stick around because this won't be the only flight of the day. We've got 3 flights today, and this is just flight 1. After this we're flying the TUI, well it's actually the Thompson livery because I can't get the TUI livery for the Quality Wing 757, but we're flying the Quality Wing 757-200 from Aberdeen in Scotland to Dalaman in Turkey.
Altimeter 3040.
So that should be a good flight. Then after that, once we've landed in Dalaman, we're flying from Helsinki to Riga, and then that's it for the day.
Unstable, unstable.
Not unstable, we're fine, the speed's brilliant. Ooh, bit of a wind gust there.
Plus 100. Minimums.
Continue.
Too low, flaps.
What are you saying too low for? I've got all
Too
the
low,
flaps
flaps.
I've got the flaps extended.
Too low, flaps. Too low, flaps.
There we go. Welcome to Helsinki. It was a nice flight after 2 hours and 2 minutes. Landed in from Bergen. Let's do the taxi flaps now because that's us now taxiing.
Niner 42, contact ground on 121.8. 121.8 for Niner 42.
Taxi lights on. Just enough fuel. Oh no, we're supposed to be taxiing to the oh well, we can take a gate this time. We'll remember for next time, hopefully.
Switched off. Please continue to observe the non-smoking. On behalf of our airline, we'd like to say goodbye to you. It's a pleasure having you as our guest, and we look forward to welcoming you.
So as you can see, there's aircraft saying that they're going to taxi, but they can't because they can, but we won't be able to see them because the scenery's turned them invisible for some stupid reason. That happened in Alicante as well. That's why we don't fly to Alicante, because I don't have the scenery for it. Because anytime we do get the scenery, it just gets turned blank because of the scenery. The aircraft just get turned invisible because the scenery in Alicante doesn't work very well. Anyway, we'll just pretend they are there. If the aircraft weren't invisible, it would have been an excellent scenery, but unfortunately they are. Depending on what time it is as well, we may do a flyby flight today. There may be 4 flights today, I don't know. Depends on how long this flight down to Dalaman takes. Because it is quite a long flight, it will take about 4 hours. flight though, 2 hours and 2 minutes. I'd very much like to do the return on that flight someday, but not today. It was a good flight though, I thoroughly enjoyed that. So the aircraft has been cleaned up, we can turn this off now. Good. Keep going along until we reach the end of this taxiway, which is Whiskey, and then we'll go right on Delta. There's Whiskey Delta over there, and that's where the runway is.
Helsinki ground, Lufthansa 848, taxi to the gate. Lufthansa 848 from taxi 824, using taxiway Whiskey Sierra, Whiskey Delta, Alpha Delta, Zulu Delta, Alpha Delta.
Oops, brake just a little bit.
824, using taxiway Whiskey Sierra, Whiskey
Ooh.
Delta, Alpha Delta, Zulu Delta, Alpha Delta. Lufthansa 848.
So there will definitely be one more flight in the Dash 8 today. I don't know about 2. As I said, depends how long this flight to Dalaman takes. But our next flight in the Dash 8 is Helsinki to Riga. And then what I'll do is I'll post the... Oh dear. This is the problem with the Dash 8. I'm not very familiar with it, so it takes a while to get used to it. Is this taxi? It's a pretty long taxi. It's nice scenery for Helsinki airport, though. It's just disappointing what happened to the AI aircraft.
Approaching 2 left.
Oh, there's no aircraft coming, so we can cross.
Approaching 2 left.
Helsinki ground, Finnair 507 with India, ready to taxi IFR. Finnair 507.
Yes, you can hear aircraft ATC calls, but there's just none of them on the ground. So we're gate 5, so I'm guessing that's going to be all the way up the other side. I didn't know the clock automatically started itself when you applied takeoff power in this aircraft though. It's a clever feature. Because normally, if you've watched my past videos, I normally forget it, or I do it incorrectly. We won't park right up at the jetway. What we'll do is... I don't think these jetways work anyway. I think they're just there to simulate realism. But we won't park up. We'll park the aircraft just short of the jet bridges. There we go. Take another screenshot of that. 'Cause that's so I forgot to tell you as well. These flights from Bergen, and they're also from Tromsø as well, I believe, which is up in the north of Norway. The flights from Bergen and Tromsø are operated by Widerøe, and they are actually for Finnair. So this is actually a Finnair flight, but it's operated by Widerøe, which is interesting fun fact. Ah, here we go. We're on a gate, but it's a stand type thing, so that's okay. Some kind of 90-degree turn here, which could be difficult. right turn. Go. Ooh, dear, that wasn't good. I do apologise for that. I'm not used to the Dash 8's very complex handling. See how well we are lined up. Oh, we are very squint. Go, just turn a little bit more, put the power off. No. Yeah, well, we're about as straight as a roundabout, so we'll just come. Yeah, look at that front nose gear, though. It's really. See if we can come all the way up to the top. That's not great. I've done a lot better than that, but in the Dash 8, that's not bad. So, keep the locks on. Come on, down you come. Okay, go to fuel cut-off switch. Down you come. There we go. There's the engines switching themselves off. We'll open the back doors, the front doors, and the... There you go. I know the engines are off, I switched them off. What we'll do now is we'll ask for the GPU to come, and that'll come momentarily. What we can do though is switch off, off, off. They can come off the control panel. That's fine. That's okay. There we go. So, welcome down to Helsinki after 2 hours and 2 minutes. That was an enjoyable flight. I hope you enjoyed too. That's the next part. That's Bergen to Helsinki done, which is the... Bear with me a second. The 4th leg done of the tour of I don't know how many, but that's part 4 of the tour done, and that's... We started at Heathrow and we will come back to Heathrow. So, thank you very much for coming along. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And that's us down on the ground in Helsinki now. So take care flying and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.